Two straight come from behind victories for the Brewers. Trailed 3-0 yesterday, ended up with an 8-6 win. Again, the Brewers didn't hit a homer. No big deal for the Brew Crew. Trying to go for a series sweep against the Marlins. They've already won the season series against Miami. They're winning 2 out of 3 down in Miami and at least taking the first 2 of this one. Brewers TV presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Smoky day in Milwaukee, smoky day around most of the Midwest. Vinny Rotino, Sophia Minner, Jeff Lavering aboard. Brewers trying to pick up the 3 straight victories coming out of the All-Star break. Clayton McCullough and his Marlins trying to avoid losing their 6th straight ball game. Got swept going into the break. They've lost the first 2 against the Brewers in this series. His starting lineup is brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. No Otto Lopez in the starting lineup today. Took a ground ball off of his ring finger on his right hand. Just a routine day off for Otto Lopez. So Edwards in the leadoff spot. Hernandez follows at Stowers. Sanoa's at short. Hicks, Jimenez, Conine, Esteuri, Ruiz, and Jacob Marcy round out that starting lineup for Miami. They get the left-hander Robert Gasser. Second time he's ever faced the Marlins. First time in 2 years.
Yeah, making his 10th start of the season. Last pitched a week ago Sunday, the day before the All-Star break. Gass is looking for a bounce back after that, giving up 7 earned runs on 8 hits in just 3+ innings of work. He gave up 5 extra base hits, including 2 homers and 3 doubles against that potent Pirates offense. Important for him to stay on the attack and on the edges in this one, in that bounce back.
He'd been pretty good over his last couple of starts prior to that outing against the Pirates. Getting ready to go as Xavier Edwards digs in from the right side. Our first pitch is presented by Aurora Healthcare. Gasser all set. First pitch of the afternoon is hit foul and off we go. Just a minute late today. Nice and toasty. Just outside downtown Milwaukee. .299 for Edwards. Had a 9-game hitting streak snapped yesterday with an 0 for 4. 1 out of 8 in the series for Edwards. His base hit came against Trevor McGill. Slash foul. It's quick 0-2 on Edwards.
And we talked about this Marlins offense, how pesky they are, kind of built similarly to the Milwaukee Brewers. They can score runs. However, in this 5-game losing streak right now, have scored just a total of 12 runs. Hopefully Gasser can keep those bats quiet in this series finale.
Back by Edwards. That sweeper's a big pitch for him. Been working in when he's been successful with that fastball cutter sweeper combination.
Second year off Tommy John surgery. Robert Gasser, like you said, Jeff, has been strong in starts this season, but last one gave up those 7 earned runs. There's too much plate against the Pirates.
His outing previous to that was game 2 of the doubleheader in St. Louis. Went 7 2/3. Career high for him. He'd never pitched into the 7th inning. Edwards again spoils one.
And Chris Hook talks about Robert Gasser is staying in his posture, and that's when he's at his best. What does that mean? It means he's just kind of, really engaging with his core, and he doesn't get real sloppy with his upper half, lower half. That's been a key for him. Staying in his posture.
Another 1-2. Hit foul again by Edwards. At least the 7-pitch sequence to open up this game. Seeing a steady diet of sweepers.
Let's see if he runs one in right here against Xavier Edwards.
That's where Sanchez is going. And a ground ball to second base. Terang back out there. Takes care of Edwards. 1 away.
Let's take a look at that landmark Credit Union defense behind Robert Gasser. Jackson Churio in left, Garrett Mitchell, the hot hitter in center field. Jake Bauers making his 10th start of the year in right. Around the infield, third to first, you have Braden Shoemake, Joey Ortiz, Bryce Terang, Andrew Vaughn gets the start at first, and then Gary Sanchez paired up with Robert Gasser behind the dish.
Good to see Terang back in the starting lineup. Missed yesterday after fouling a ball off of his foot in game 1 on Friday. Shoemake made the start at second base. Today Shoemake is over at third. He needs to have that versatility. Cooper Pratt gets the day off. Ortiz starts at short.
Had a good showing yesterday. Braden Shoemake contributed to that win. Yeah, obviously goes without saying to have Bryce Terang back in there, fouling that ball off his foot. A little bit of a scare for everybody, right? I mean, limping around a little bit after that, and it looks to be fine.
Ball and strike on Heriberto Hernandez. He pops it up, foul territory. This one is going to be right in front of us.
Almost got us.
Quite literally right in front of us. Nice catch on the ricochet. Youngster comes away with the souvenir. One-two. Popped him up. Foul territory, and Sanchez gives it a run. This one not near us. Trying to go up high against Hernandez, who has just one hit in the series, 1 out of 8. Brewers have done a good job against the top of this order. Edwards, Hernandez, Stowers, a combined 2 for 24.
Yeah, those are some of the hottest hitters in baseball. Those top 3.
And a challenge from Sanchez.
Catcher's challenge from the call and ball.
First challenge of the day. It's powered by T-Mobile. And Sanchez is 0 for 1.
Call is confirmed. Milwaukee has 1 challenge left.
Marvin Hudson, our crew chief, calling the balls and strikes today. Had that one right by just over ½ an inch.
Remember, in yesterday's game, they played most of the game with only 1 challenge after Jackson Churio was unsuccessful early on. Going to have to go about this game with just 1 challenge as well.
Swing and a miss. Nothing to challenge there. 2 up and 2 down against Robert Gasser.
A good sweeper right here from Gass. Look how far across the plate this breaks, and that's what gives hitters, both lefties and righties, so much trouble, is because they can't really pick it up out of the hand. It starts so far away and then breaks. Yeah, lateral break back over the zone to get Hernandez.
Feels like that sweeper was moving a little more than it generally does, Vinny.
23 inches right there, horizontal break. That is going all the way across the plate and then some. The plate's only 17 inches across.
It's away. Ball and strike on Stowers.
He's got a lot of weapons, Robert Gasser. Just a matter of him commanding the ball to the edges. Can run that fastball top rail, use the sweeper, the cutter. Still developing the change. He's kind of that rare lefty, Jeff, that doesn't really rely on a changeup all that often for right-handed hitters. And he can, you know, when that command is on, he can navigate both righties and lefties.
Stowers uses his timeout. A lot of pitches used by Gasser in this first inning. A 7-pitch sequence with Edwards to start. See if he can get Stowers and get the Brewers to the plate against Perez. Got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Robert Gasser. That last one at 96 miles an hour. Brewers offense gets to work next. To the glass. American Family Field from our drone camp, presented by W Credit Union. Brewers coming up, looking for win number 62 on the season. 7 stolen bases yesterday, tying a season high. Starting lineup brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Yelich, Churio, Terang, first 3 in the order. Vaughn, Bowers, and Mitchell. Sanchez, Shoemake, and Ortiz rounded out. They get the right-hander Eury Perez, 23-year-old stud. He's having a good year. And when he is locked in, he's as good as anybody in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, he's almost unhittable when he is on and when he's commanding his arsenal.
Opens up the first pitch fastball at 98.
Yeah, the big 6'8", 220-pounder, power-armed right-hander with a power arsenal, upper nines fastball, easy delivery with jump and carry to that pitch. Uses that heater as his out pitch, but he's got a great slider right there. You saw it. Christian Yelich swings over the top of it.
The best swing and miss pitches in all of Major League Baseball.
Whip percentage up over 40%, which is kind of uncharted territory.
And he threw it again for a called third strike. So 3 pitches. Yelich is gone. Perez picks up his first strikeout.
This guy is as good as they come. Again, when he is commanding his arsenal, he's got that upper nines fastball, top rail, and then he's got this slider down in the zone that he just threw down in the dirt. Christian Yelich saw it and then took the next one, but it was a strike for a caught looking strike 3.
Here's Churiel. And Perez again with a strike at 99, and it's an easy 99. There is not a lot of effort into that action, just like we saw in game 1 from Sandy Alcantara. There's similar repertoire from Perez.
Yeah, this is baby Alcantara is what they're calling him, with better stuff, which is hard to believe.
He's coming out of the gate and he's got 5 straight strikes.
And if you're writing a scouting report, you would talk about this delivery. You would say ease of operation. Just jumps out of his hand, looking like he's just playing catch in the backyard with his kids or something. Very easy.
Hit foul, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Is that on the scouting report listed as EOO? Is that what that is?
Ease of operation, yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
just checking. I want to make sure that on my spreadsheet that I've got that marked correctly.
I've seen your scouting reports. That's right.
That is low and away with a slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, you talk to the team and you talk to what the plan is against this guy. You have to almost swing above the fastball. So you see the fastball, you almost have to swing over the top of it because it has that extra jump and carry to it.
Did he check the swing? He did check the swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Brewers got a first-hand look of how good this guy was earlier, April 19th. He went 6 innings of work and gave up just 1 unearned run in that win against the Brewers.
One time the Marlins have beat the Brewers this season. This is his 3rd start ever on this mound in Milwaukee. Back towards the middle, near the bag. Edwards fields and throws out Churiel. There's a lot of things that could have gone wrong on that ground ball, but it went the Marlins' way as Bryce Terang digs in.
Hey, let's check out that Miller Time game plan today. Against Yuri Perez, you got to get on, if you get on, and go. Okay, giving up the most stolen bases in all of baseball, has allowed 21 stolen bases. That's been a problem for the Miami Marlins all season long. They lead baseball in stolen bases allowed.
They were 3rd going into the game yesterday, and then the Brewers swiped 7 bags, and they went from 3rd to 1st. 95 stolen bases allowed by this Marlins operation.
It's just kind of interesting because they're calling the pitches from the dugout, and they didn't really throw over all that often yesterday. Gave up 7 stolen bases.
Pair of double steals.
Yeah. You'll see that one of the coaches over there is flashing a number to the catcher, Liam Hicks, and then he relays the sign to the pitcher.
Terang down towards the right field corner, and it's going to be run down by Esteury Ruiz. Elite speed, and he needed every step. Off and running in Milwaukee on our way to the 2nd, no score.
For 200.
Robert Gasser back on the mound here for the series finale. Scoreless first inning for him on 17 pitches, and he had 2 starts on the recent road trip of very different outcomes. He pitched game 2 of the doubleheader in St. Louis. It was a career high 7 2/3 innings for him, allowed just 2 runs. And then he pitched Sunday in Pittsburgh. Very different outcome for him, frustrating outcome for him, 7 runs across 3 innings. And so he said, moving on from that Pittsburgh start, he said it's just more strikes. He was really burned, he said, by the non-competitive misses. He said just those pitches that were not close to the zone. He said, you know, you can get away with some mistakes if you're on the margins, but you can't get away with those non-competitive misses. So he was 44 for 58 in terms of strikes on that day against the Pirates. He was 13 for 18 with first pitch strikes, guys, though. So he just said those misses put him in a bad spot, not able to put away hitters. Overall, his strike percentage on the season is 68%. He said he would love for that number to be above 70%, just more consistently in the zone. He feels like the changeup, which has the lowest usage for him overall, but can be really effective for him if he's able to locate it down in the zone and be in those spots and get those closer misses.
Got blitzed in that 10-run inning, did Robert Gasser. Could not get out of that frame, started it, needed 3 pitchers to get through it in Pittsburgh. And a miss. Boy, Gary Sanchez wanted to. Better decision not to challenge that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What we've seen is a different version of Robert Gasser so far, at least that first inning. Stuff moving a lot better, velocity up.
The 96 miles per hour on that last pitch of last inning.
Slices this one into shallow right, caught by Bryce Terang. 4 up and 4 down so far for Gasser.
And remember, this is his second year off Tommy John surgery, and so Pat Murphy has talked about they're just kind of waiting for that next tick from his stuff, from his velocity, and maybe, you know, we're going to see that today. I mean, he's averaged 92 miles per hour on the 4-seam fastball this season. And again, that's 96 so far, and 92.5 to be exact, but 96 so far in this one. That is a good sign for Gas. Going to have a lot more room for error if he's up there in that upper 90s range, mid to upper 9s range.
We've talked about it a lot, Vinny, just the sheer fact that he has that crossfire, low 3/4 delivery. Lands that for a strike at 94 with the sinker. He's tough on lefties, can be very tough on lefties, but his ability to work in on righties with that fastball cutter combination can be lethal.
It's huge. It gets that front hip kind of leaking open for right-handed hitters. It's a matter of commanding it, and it's a matter of having that kind of velocity right there, 95. That's, again, a really good sign.
See where he goes against Hicks. And in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's 2 for 7 in the series, including a bunt base hit for Hicks. Fouled it off. 96 again.
The other thing with Gas, he's only 6 foot tall, but he gets 6.9 feet of extension. That's well above average extension down the mound. So you think about Jacob Mizorowski, you know, and all the conversation about his extension. Robert Gasser's not that far off. He's only 6 feet tall.
That sweeper's got some serious movement on it today, Vinny.
Yeah.
It's amazing how pitches can be different from start to start, and how they are shaped and how they move. Again, missed wide.
He's getting through the baseball today. These last couple of sweepers, all that break. Liam Hicks pretty tough to get kind of chasing outside the zone, but the shape on that pitch is really good.
So you go sweeper that moves a plate and a half in essence, and then 2-seamer that goes from one side of the plate to the other side of the plate.
Hey, he's got all the weapons, he's got all the tools to be a very successful major league starter. They're just waiting for him to be consistent, put it all together. Again, it's a big deal, Jeff, that this is his second year off Tommy John surgery. That's usually the time when guys start to really put it together, start feeling better with that elbow.
Pitch number 8 in this at-bat with Hicks. And a pop-up into shallow left. Churio got a late break. He's there and makes the catch. 2 down, and let's look at a little pitch comparison here. The 4-seamer and the sweeper for Robert Gasser, Vinny.
Yeah, big time ability to tunnel these 2 pitches. It's the sweeper down in the zone. He got that on Sal Stewart, but earlier in that bat, he went up in the zone against him. And so again, if the release points are similar, hitters are not going to be able to decipher and pick them up out of the hand, and they are. That's called pitch tunneling. Very difficult to cover both down and up.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud. First pitch, ball 1 on Jimenez. So similar stuff yesterday. We did the pitch comparison with Shane Drowan, his fastball, 4-seamer, and the slider. Not as much discrepancy in the break of those pitches as the 4-seamer and the sweeper.
Yeah, it's a similar look that these Marlins hitters are seeing, right, between Drowan and Gasser. Drowan was excellent yesterday.
Another quality start for Drowan. 9 strikeouts, a career high. 3 runs came in 1 inning. And that one not caught by Gary Sanchez, and it costs Gasser a strike. Just whiffed on it.
I haven't seen that too often from Gary behind the plate this season. His defense is really elevated in this 2026 season.
There's a strike in the inside corner. Ever since he put on a Brewers uniform 2 years ago, I should say 3 years ago. 3 years, 2 seasons. 3-1. Chopper hit towards the left side. It'll be Terang cutting across and making the play. 3 up and 3 down. A lot of pitches used for Gasser, but he gets through it clean. No Score Wire Cam brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Andrew Vaughn will lead it off for the Brewers against Eury Perez, making his first start of this series. He had 1 plate appearance, 0 for 1 on Friday for Vaughn. And that one's inside with a sweeper from Perez. Vaughn at 309, couple of homers, driven in 24. Back-to-back sweepers from Perez. That is rolled foul, third base side.
Perez has given up 5 total earned runs in his last 6 starts. That covers 33 1/3 innings. And if you talk to the people around the Marlins organization, they talk about this kid has really grown up, just 23 years old, also a guy 2nd year off Tommy John surgery, and he's just starting to figure things out.
Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Strikeout number 2 for Eury Perez. Here comes Jake Bauers, and if he didn't have any energy coming into the game, he got some when he went out to right field earlier today. This kid was jamming. I mean, all I had to do was look at him and I was excited for the day. And he's out in right field waiting for Jake Bauers. Sign his autograph. Yeah, kid. I love it.
Awesome.
Yes.
How about
Jake
the
Bauers. Let's go. And Bauers swings and misses at that first pitch fastball.
That's how you are right before we come on for the open, Jeff. It gets me fired up for the day.
I mean, I'm jumping. You know me, Vinny. Can't even keep me in my shoes. I'm so excited most days.
You gotta love that energy though from the kids around the ballpark. That's great.
Quick 0-2 on Bauers. Perez nothing but strikes thus far. Such a great thing that the Brewers do each and every Sunday. The major league moment. Kids run out there with the players, get an autograph, get to hang out with the position players, their positions. 0-2 to Bauers.
And then the kids get to stroll around the ballpark after the game, right? And then you have the mini sausages as well on Sundays.
Mini weenie day.
Yeah.
A lot of kids. Stay hydrated.
No better place to be than right here at American Family Field on a Sunday. Hopefully get the sweep.
Perez started his windup. He'll get a pitch timer violation, or at least Marvin Hudson should say it's a pitch timer violation. Or are they calling it a timeout? Wow. They used a mound visit prior to the pitch timer violation, even though Perez looked as if he was stepping off and then Hicks started running out. The order of operations was poor.
Yeah, he was in the middle of his windup.
Mound visit used. 1-2 to Bauers. Swing and a miss. Curveball from Perez. Back-to-back Ks from Eury Perez. 3 strikeouts thus far. 5 up and 5 down for Garrett Mitchell.
Take a look at this curveball. Look at how that curveball spins to the back door, and Jake Bauers knew it was going to come back, so he had to offer at it. Comes up empty.
It's our Dirt Camp brought to you by Digger's Hotline. Mitchell's had a great series, and he waves and misses at that first pitch slider. He's on a 7-game hitting streak. He's 5 for 9 in this series. Had a 2-run double last night, driven in 3 overall in the series. And a game winner on Friday. 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Perez. He was 7 perfect innings against the Athletics 2 starts ago. Was taken out. Marlins had a 9-0 lead, almost lost the game. Ended up winning that game 9-8.
A lot of controversy around that decision of Clayton McCullough pulling him from that perfect game through 7. But again, I'm kind of in backing what the decision was, because this team has playoff aspirations and they need this guy healthy.
He looks healthy this afternoon as he strikes out the side in the 2nd inning.
Join a special Brewers Alumni Legends game presented by Northwestern Mutual after the game Friday, July 24th. Score a bowling shirt with special tickets and enjoy concessions discounts at the game. Grab your tickets and learn more at brewers.com/legendsgame.
Griffin Conine's had a good series. Couple of home runs for Conine. Hit the 3-run shot yesterday. It's jammed, and that's a foul ball. Breaks his bat in the process. A new piece of lumber for Griffin Conine.
First start of the year against a left-handed pitcher for Griffin Conine.
Father-son duos to homer in 3 straight games. I mean, we're really digging deep in big league history. You got the Bells, the Bonds, Griffey, Ken Sr., Ken Jr., the Fielders, and now Jeff and Griffin Conine. It's a pretty great group to be a part of.
I've played in the Marlins organization and got a chance to be around Jeff Conine quite a bit. Just a tremendous ambassador for the game, a steward of the game of baseball, Mr. Marlin. His son is following in his footsteps.
Fouls this one back against Gasser. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We talked about the Marlins in their first year of inception, 1993. You know, Charlie Huff made the first start. Had some great teams early on. Still maybe one of my favorite logos. The Brewers logo is by far the best with the ball and glove logo, but the Marlins original fish logo with the teal jerseys.
The teal.
So good.
They made teal popular. The Marlins.
They bring it back whenever they wear them down in Miami. I mean, it's a celebration down there.
Right.
I love those unis. Conine fouls it back.
They won a World Series in '97 and
03.
03. That's right, with Josh Beckett.
Beat the Yankees in 03.
There's the teal.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Robert Gasser. That's his 3rd. Uses the sweeper to get Conine.
That's a good pitch. 81-mile-per-hour sweeper. And tough pull having to start against a tough lefty in Robert Gasser for Griffin Conine, and gets the sweeper well off the plate, out of the zone, and chases it.
Dirt Camp brought to you by Digger's Hotline. Started on the front hip and ended up off the plate away.
And he's got that pitch working today. And it's a weapon. It's an out-pitch weapon to both lefties and righties. And again, especially if that fastball is in the 95-96 range.
Esteuri Ruiz. One base hit yesterday. He's got 20 stolen bases on the year. He's only had 120 plate appearances in the big leagues this season. 59 games. Ruiz golfs one to left. This is up, and it's going to be gone for Esteuri Ruiz. 1-0 Marlins on a ball that was not in the strike zone. First hit is by Ruiz. 5th home run.
It's a guy who has had success and plays pretty regularly against southpaws. Golfs this one out of here. That was on that sweeper.
This ball is down and out of the zone.
Yeah, he just dropped the head on it, and he gets it out of here, barrels it up, and has plenty on it to ride it out of here. Looking swing from Ruiz, 1-0 fish.
There's Marcy, number 9 hitter, and he takes a strike. Gasser gave up a couple of home runs in his last game against the Pirates.
11th home run on the season given up now by Robert Gasser in 11 starts.
Marcy fouls it away. The Marlins have jumped out in front in every game so far this series. Brewers have had to come from behind in each of the last 2 games. There's a positive. Nobody was on base. Only counts for 1. But runs are going to be hard to come by against Perez. Both he and Gasser started 6 up, 6 down.
And no stranger of coming from behind are the Milwaukee Brewers.
Marcy gets it by Vaughn. It's down to the right field corner. Bowers chases it in there. And now Marcy stops at first base. He stumbled around the bag. I wonder if he missed first base. He looked like he was on his way to second with no issues, but maybe he missed the bag entirely. That's a big break for Gasser.
It keeps the double play alive, keeps him out of scoring position. As you can see again, the breaking ball. Yeah, he definitely. Well, if he touched first base, he's thinking to himself, you know what, I'm not going to leave. And he did not. He totally missed it. Not sure how you actually do that. And he stays at first base with a single.
Well, that's why he stopped. That's good awareness by Marcy. Brewers catch a break. And that could have been a triple from Marcy. Edwards bunts it foul.
But you're looking at the play, and you're looking to see, you want to be your own base coach running the bases. Really good instinctual base runners. They don't even need to pick up the base coach. So he's looking to see how Jake Bowers is going to field that ball in the right field corner, and to see if he's going to be able to go to third base on that. And he just totally whiffed on first.
Strike 2 on Edwards. Wire cam brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Again, this is headed towards the corner. This could be 3 for Marcy with his speed. Instead, forgot something.
I mean, again, you're going to definitely want to stay there. You're not going to leave it up to the umpire to see whether or not you touched first base. And that's a reviewable play anyway. Otherwise, you're going to be 0 for 1.
Gasser does not get a lot of ground balls, but he's hoping to get one from Edwards and get the Brewers offense back to work. And he strikes out Edwards. He bends the knee on him. 4th strikeout for Robert Gasser.
Elevates that fastball up and in on Edwards at 94. Again, extra little giddy up on that heater. And Edwards comes up empty. Again, the dirt cam. Brought to us by Diggers Hotline.
Oh, great job, Vinny. I thought I was going to have to tag that for you. And I mean, Vinny, you're on it today. You were getting on me for the energy that Bowers was getting in right field. And Vinny, you're on another level.
Oh,
today,
man.
buddy.
Just following your lead, Jeff. That's really all we do up here.
You're so full of it. I appreciate you, but you are full of it. Herberto Hernandez. Ground ball to short. Ortiz will go across. And it's just the solo homer allowed by Gasser.
Let's reach.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Miller Lite. Taste you can depend on. And by Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com. 1-0 Marlins. Bottom half of inning number 3. Want to send some birthday greetings out. Rita McCalvey celebrating her birthday today. Mom of Brewers beat writer on MLB.com, Adam McCalvey. Happy birthday to you, Rita. Great Brewers fans. Watch every single game. There's Mac. Mac's working today. I'm sure after the game, he'll be going and hanging out with Mom on birthday.
And he listens and watches while he's working, and so he knew he was on camera. That's why he gave us a thumbs up.
On a slight delay, because those monitors are on a slight delay. Here's Mac.
He doesn't miss a pitch, doesn't miss a word, even though Murph kind of kids him all the time, says he goes on vacation all the time.
Untrue. Sanchez takes a strike. Sanchez making his first appearance in the second half. And a fly ball into center. Marcy coming in, makes the catch. Not too far away from Adam McCalvey in that press box sits Tim Dillard, who is also celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Dilly.
Happy birthday, Dilly. I don't think he brought in a birthday treat for anybody, though.
No. Is that what you're supposed to do on your birthday? You're supposed to bring treats for other people?
I thought you were. That's what you used to do in school, right? In grade school.
I guess.
Bring in some treats.
Standing with James, our pregame producer. There's a bunt attempt by Shoemake. Up with it at third base, making a nice play is Leo Jimenez. 2 quick outs. Fly out. Now the bunt attempt by Shoemake.
Shoemake a little bit upset with himself. Just bunted it a little too firmly. Trying dead in the bunt. And wrong direction. Probably trying to go into that 6-hole a little bit with it.
It's not a bad idea. The only issue is that Perez has barely broken a sweat out there in this 3rd inning. He's only thrown 4 pitches and deals with Ortiz with 2 outs. He's going to bunt, pulling it back. That's inside. Take all the way from Ortiz. Perez has outstanding command. He's in a stretch right now over his last 6 starts where he's only walked 6 batters while striking out 37. ERA of 135 in that time span.
There has been 4 starts of his 16 so far this season. 4 of them that he's given up 4 walks or more. So there are bouts that he does battle with that command, and no better team than the Milwaukee Brewers to kind of bring that out in a pitcher. They're the league lead in walk percentage.
And now the count goes to 3-1, and it looked like Perez was trying to challenge. Instead, he was just adjusting his cap. Maybe a false challenge. We saw Meyer challenge yesterday, and it was not close.
About a foot over the zone.
That's a strike. 3-2 on Joey Ortiz. First full count of the day for Perez. He's only thrown 8 balls in the game, 3 of them in this sequence with Joey Ortiz. And he wants a new baseball.
Again, he is not immune to getting rattled, but you need some base runners in order to do so. He's set up the first 8 batters of the game so far.
Payoff to Ortiz. Chopper foul, do it again. A good battle with Joey. Swinging the bat great last dozen games, an average of 350 in that time span. A couple of homers. Homered in game 1 of the series against Alcantara. And he takes ball 4. 101 mile an hour fastball. Ball 4 presented by Feldco. Brewers have their first base runner.
Again, a good battle by Joey Ortiz. Now let's see if the Brewers are going to send him off and running. Again, Eury Perez has allowed the most stolen bases in baseball this season at 21.
Yelich struck out looking to open up the game. And a broken back ground ball to short. Sanoa's got it, taps the bag. And just like that, the inning ends.
For 200.
Nice day for a free scoop of fresh frozen custard. Robert Gasser struck out a batter in the third inning. Means you get free frozen custard from Culver's. Go to culvers.com/Brewers. Sign into delicious rewards. Redeem a free scoop of fresh frozen custard with any order through tomorrow at participating Wisconsin Culver's locations. Stowers takes high, ball one. Marlins up 1-0 on the solo homer from Eury Ruiz, number 8 hitter in the order. Marlins have been scoring. It's been because of the home run ball of late. Scored just 13 runs in their last 5+ games, 6 of those coming yesterday. Stowers struck out in the first against Gasser. Rips one foul. 1-2 on Stowers.
And part of the reason why the Miami Marlins have been scoring runs, it's been a couple of months now that they have been 5.11 runs per game since June 1st. That's 8th in baseball. It's because of this guy right here, Kyle Stowers, been swinging a hot bat.
Took that fastball high. They'll check the swing. Didn't go.
But you mentioned earlier, Jeff, the Brewers have done a nice job of quieting the top of the order from this Marlins team.
Stowers 0 for 9 with 6 strikeouts in the series.
Yeah.
This Marlins squad really figured it out in the month of June. They went 20-6 in June. Best record in Major League Baseball. Lost a couple of games to start up July and then rattled off 6 in a row. Stowers off the end of the bat. That's a fair ball. Up with a Shoemake. Throw to first. Not in time. Close. A cue shot from Stowers. We'll see if the Brewers take another look.
Ooh, that looked like he got him with the naked eye. Yeah.
And they're going to challenge it.
Yeah. I mean, that is a good play right here by Braden Shoemake on that cue shot.
Wintrust replay review.
Milwaukee's challenging a safe call at first base.
Trip Gibson on the call over at first base. They're getting a look at it up on the video board for the first time. Murph reacting to it. Just getting the news. The game of telephone. And what do you think?
Oh, this is close. Oh, but he's got him. See that heel right before the ball, the foot comes down for Stowers, is on the dirt and not on the base. And that's what cost Kyle Stowers.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Milwaukee will come for a challenge.
Got him by that much.
That was a heck of a play by Braden Shoemake to get the first out of the inning on Kyle Stowers. And that's exactly why the Brewers acquire Braden Shoemake, because he can play second, third, and short, and he can play it like that.
Sanoa takes up and away. He's filling in while Hamilton's on the shelf. I mean, there's so much going on here. The spin of this baseball. Look how it checks and goes back to Shoemake.
Yeah, not an easy play with that much spin on the baseball right there, and really nice job by Shoemake to throw on the run, throw a strike over to Vaughn.
Sometimes when the ball is spinning that much, Vinny, that baseball is still spinning when it's in your glove.
Yeah, exactly. They replaced Greg Jones, and taking nothing away from Greg Jones, but more of an outfielder by trade. They needed someone that could back up at, you know, those infield spots. Guys that can provide depth and come off the bench and play a really solid middle of the infield and even third base. Those guys are worth their weight in gold in this game. It's a pretty good one right there in Cooper Pratt.
Sanoa, fly ball to center. Mitchell a couple of steps back for out number 2. Liam Hicks coming up. Hicks fly to left. Strike 1 on Hicks. Quick 0-2 now. Back-to-back cutters. Gasser using a lot of pitch equity. This will be number 65. He's through 3 2/3. One of the things that he was so brilliant at in that second game of the doubleheader, 7 2/3 innings, was that he didn't throw a whole heck of a lot of pitches. 94 pitches through 7 2/3. Got him. Fastball right down the middle. 5 strikeouts for Gasser. He's allowed just the 1 run.
And a blue moon.
1-0 Marlins. Home half of the 4th inning. Middle of the order coming up for the Brewers, starting with Jackson Chourio. Finds himself on our Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard with Jake Bowers, who's leading the way with 18. Chourio's got a baker's dozen. He's had at least 20 homers in each of his first 2 seasons in the big leagues. 2020 each of his first couple of years in the big leagues. Digs in against Eury Perez. Brewers have had 1 base runner, still looking for their first hit of the day against Perez. Only 35 pitches through 3 innings. And that's fouled off of Hicks. Oof, rattled the cage. Hicks catching for the first time in the series. He was DH the first 2 games. Mack was back there.
And Joe Mack, the young 23-year-old catcher, and Liam Hicks, we're seeing him today. Kind of didn't get him quite square, but still does rattle the cage. They carry a 3rd catcher, Brian Navarretto, former Milwaukee Brewer farmhand.
They use Hicks so much as a DH. Got to have somebody else back there who could potentially catch. Ball to strike.
And the stuff is undeniably some of the best stuff in all of baseball in Eury Perez. You talk about stuff, deception, and command. If you have all 3 of them, you are going to mow down lineups at the big league level. I'll tell you what, Jackson Chourio, we've seen him go deep fly on some of these guys, regardless of their stuff or their best out pitch. We've seen Jackson Chourio square these types of guys up over the course of his young career. Let's get into something right here against Perez.
So spin out of that last delivery. Fouled away. Got to that fastball at 100 around letter high.
Had that big 2 RBI base hit yesterday. Jackson Chourio kept swinging a little bit of a cooler bat, but again, it just doesn't take him very long to get hot.
So simple with his approach at the plate. Fouled away, getting closer. I mean, mechanically, he is so sound goes from point A to point B. There's not a lot of wasted movement.
And Jason Lane talks about how perfect his swing really is. I mean, it's direct, but it's also in the zone for a long time.
7th pitch. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. That's the equalizer there for Perez. Message from Potawatomi Sportsbook now.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team.
Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook. Your sport, our stadium.
Hardest hit ball of the day for the Brewers belongs to Terang. Got robbed of an extra base hit. Nice running catch by Ruiz at right. Fouls the first one back. Quick 0-2 on Terang.
There's a strikeout to Jackson Chourio, but it's almost a win just going that deep into that at bat in terms of pitches seen by Jackson Chourio. Again, just trying to get that pitch count up against Perez and hopefully get him out of the game sooner than later.
Look at the changeup low. I mean, you're looking about 9-10 miles an hour difference between the fastball and the changeup velocity. It looks exactly the same coming out of his hand.
That was a nasty one to Chourio.
Fouled away. When Perez grips the baseball with his throwing hand, he engulfs the entire thing. He grabs this baseball and he can almost touch his thumb and his middle finger.
He's got massive hands, and that's part of the reason why he's got such great zip on the fastball. You get through it with those long fingers.
And spins that curveball for strike 3.
Hey, score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Brewers, the official source for your Brewers gear.
6 Ks now for Perez. Now it's Vaughn. And he will take a ball. He struck out back in the second inning. Perez struck out the side in the second. Caught the corner with a slider.
Andrew Vaughn has not played a ton as of late. And he draws the short straw at having to face Eury Perez.
And he's got it all going today. Slider's tight. Sweeper's got good movement. Fastball is cooking. See the changeup start to develop in this 4th inning. 1-2 to Vaughn. Fly ball right side. Ruiz angling. Ooh, he couldn't make the catch and then bangs up into the railing. And Ruiz still down and now finally getting up.
Not sure if he actually had a chance to catch this one, but he goes in hard into that railing. Let's see where that ball ends up. Yeah, he did have a chance to catch it, and he just missed it. But because that ball was right up against that railing, that would have been a heck of a catch.
Almost got our Usher down there down the right field line. Legs buckled as he went down. Forearm off the railing. See if Vaughn can take advantage of second life. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball. That's a fair ball off the glove. Is he going to roll into the dugouts? No, it'll stay outside the dugout. Almost an extra base for Vaughn. It's a base hit no matter what. Brewers have their first hit of the afternoon.
A good swing by Andrew Vaughn. Second time the Brewers have barreled up the baseball against Perez. but only the first hit. That's the changeup. No depth to that pitch, just kind of runs right into the barrel, and Jimenez was over there. Hit too hard to come up with it, though, and the Brewers have a base runner.
Now it's Bowers. Swing and a miss. He was looking to give the Brewers the lead. He is 0 for 9 in this series is Bowers. He has struck out 6 times. And a fly ball down the left field line. It's got some slice and enough to get it into the seats.
That's the pitch that Perez has added this season, is that sinker. So it's mainly the four-seamer in the upper third of the strike zone, and then he has added that sinker, and it's allowed him to get more ground balls and weak contact.
Two strikes on Bowers. And he swings and misses. Perez with another strikeout. It's his 7th of the game. The Brewers get their first hit in this 4th inning.
Woohoo! Beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Milwaukee. The Marlins with a 1-0 lead as we head to the 5th inning. And after the conclusion of this series, the New York Mets are coming to town, and look at the pitching matchup. Game 1 tomorrow at 6:40. Freddie Peralta back in Milwaukee for the first time, and Jacob Misiorowski back on the mound. And Miz was scratched from his final start, would have been a week ago Sunday in Pittsburgh. He's coming in with 18 games. Of course, a 162 earned run average, 10 wins on the season, 167 strikeouts in 111 innings. Now, it was not an injury for Miz, just some fatigue coming off of that last start in St. Louis, game 1 of that doubleheader. He had 103 pitches in that outing, and the Brewers are going to be conservative with Miz, trying to give him these breaks when they can, taking advantage of the All-Star break as well, and also trying to take advantage of some upcoming off days. The team will be off Thursday after the conclusion of the Mets series, and then another off day the following week on the road trip. So again, just being mindful of Miz's workload. He did not pick up a baseball, he told me, over the All-Star games. He did not pitch in the game, obviously. He said he threw 1 ball the entire time that he was there in Philadelphia. He threw a bullpen yesterday, and that went well.
One away in this top of the 5th inning. Be excited to see Jacob Misiorowski work tomorrow against his old teammate Freddie Peralta. And those breaks are important for Miz. He's going to blow by his career innings workload, Vinny. So when you can build in those breaks naturally with off days, the Brewers, I'm sure, have mapped out each and every one of his starts for the rest of the season.
Well, Jeff, the Brewers obviously have playoff aspirations, right? I mean, I think their percentages to make it to the playoffs is like 94%. Okay, but they have bigger aspirations than even that, right? I think that the Brewers obviously have aspirations of winning the whole thing, and if Jacob Misiorowski is at full strength through October, that's a real possibility for this team, the way he's been dominating lineups. So keep him healthy. This will be 12 full days off for Jacob Misiorowski between starts, and so he'll be well rested. Hopefully a little bit of a ramp up for the rest of the season into October, and we could see something special here in Milwaukee. We'll see.
Little foul by Conine, looking for 4 straight division championships, coming into the day with a 6-game lead over the Cubs. 9.5 over the Cardinals. Pirates, certainly got to keep your eye on them. The Reds been floundering a bit, but they're getting some guys back. You never know with that squad. 0-2, foul ball. Didn't mean to do it.
Talk about Freddie Peralta too. It could be his last start as a New York Met, right? I mean, he's going to be on the move. Mets just with a totally disappointing season this year. They'll sell off a bunch of pieces at the trade deadline come August 3rd.
Conine takes high and tight. You never want to take that team for granted. They've got a 6-0 lead right now due to the Mets. Francisco Lindor is back. I mean, the middle of their order with Soto, Bichette, and Lindor not playing to the back of their baseball cards. And you hope they don't until the Brewers are done with them.
Wait till they leave town to get hot.
Brewers will have another series against the Mets in New York, tail end of August. Into center. Mitchell can't get there. Base hit for Conine. Cap shot there for Conine. Third hit for the Marlins.
That's Conine, just his second hit of the year against the left-handed pitcher. Hasn't had a ton of at-bats. Pokes that one into center.
Two for 13 against lefties is Conine. Ruiz hit a homer back in the third inning. Sweeper below the strike zone. And he takes outside. This was the home run and the only run of the game thus far for either team.
Likes the ball down, got it down, and golfed it out of here to left field straight away, and no doubter. It's only offense for either team in this one.
Brewers have only had 2 balls out of the infield. Do have a base hit. Perez has struck out 7. Sanchez out having a word with Gasser. Gasser's velocity in this 5th inning has been down a tick. I mean, first inning he was 95, 96 miles an hour pretty consistently. This inning 91 to 93.
Probably nearing the end of his rope, getting that pitch count up there, 78. Get it back up into the 90 range most likely.
To Ruiz. Missed inside again. 92. Only threw 58 pitches in his last appearance a week ago today. Only covered 3+ innings. Did not record an out in the 4th. Ruiz into left. Two gone in this 5th inning for Jacob Marcy. Would have had an extra base hit into the right field corner, but as he was rounding first, never touched the first base bag. A long single.
Yeah, he turned a potential triple into a single because he missed the bag. Jacob Marcy, batting average still under 200.
And he takes a strike. Very good defensive center fielder. Had a great rookie year a season ago, but this year, pardon the pun, has been floundering offensively. Thanks for the groan.
Very well done.
It wasn't that good. Fouled away. It's 0-2.
It was a very good dad joke. Very good.
I haven't been as fishy in this series with my puns. I thought about it, but I kind of backed off on it.
Sometimes, Jeff, your best jokes are the ones untold.
You're right. I have not told a lot of them. That's a good thing. It's high. Ball and 2 strikes. Grant Anderson starting to loosen in the Brewers pen. 83 pitches for Gasser, trying to get him through this 5th inning.
And what Chris Hook and Pat Murphy are looking at when a guy gets towards the end of his rope is not necessarily just the velocity, but they're taking a look at his arm slot. Is it dropping a little bit? Where's the command on his stuff? How are his pitches finishing?
It goes from 0-2 to 3-2 on Marcy.
Yeah, you can tell gas is, pardon the pun, running out of gas a little bit. So
Not going to pardon that.
That was pretty good.
I mean, I get it. 3-2. Marcy calls time. I'd say the tank is emptying.
Yeah. Well, some of your best, however, Jeff, are on the radio side, right? With some of the promos you guys have to do on pitching changes.
Oh boy. Here's the 3-2. Runner goes, ground ball to second. No messes here. Terang takes care of it. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. A 1-0 Marlins lead. Garrett Mitchell will lead things off for the Brewers against Eury Perez when we come back.
Brewers and Marlins back here at American Family Field, and join us as BCF celebrates the 50th anniversary of Hank Aaron's last season and his final home run, number 755, through Monday by purchasing your collectible Hank Aaron tribute pin and card set at tables located near gate entrances. The proceeds will go to support the Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream Fund through the Greater Milwaukee Foundation, and tomorrow is the 50th anniversary of that iconic home run, number 755. We'll have coverage of that here on Brewers TV. It's Miz and Freddie Day. Should be a lot of fun here tomorrow.
Always great to celebrate Hammer and Hank. 1-0 Marlins lead in the bottom of the fifth for Garrett Mitchell. Here's Miz ready to get his second half started. Two balls, no strikes on Garrett Mitchell. He's having a great series. And that is a strike, just barely. 2 balls and 1 strike. Interesting about the 755th home run. I just learned this not too long ago. That it was the last one was obviously here at County Stadium and called by Bob Uecker. So the 2-1 now is hit in the air, shallow left. Long run. Is anybody going to get there? It's the shortstop, Sanoa. Nice backhanded catch. 1 away for Gary Sanchez. All of the old radio calls were housed in Old County Stadium. And when they were moving everything from County Stadium to then Miller Park, it was all reel to reel. Nothing was digitized. All those old radio broadcast calls. In the process of moving everything over to Miller Park, someone who was in charge of that move decided that those reel-to-reel radio calls did not need to be saved and actually threw all of them away. So that 755th home run call, the radio call of it, does not exist anywhere.
Wow.
That's crazy to me. And a lot of those old calls from old Brewers days, because someone decided that they didn't need them, threw them in the trash, and they were never seen or heard of again.
Wow. That's before Ken Sommerfeld, I take it.
Yes.
Because he wouldn't have done that.
Well, he was not in charge of transferring all of those reel-to-reels from location to location.
Right.
Kent was definitely here. I mean, he's been the radio producer for 41 years now.
Oh, yeah.
But was not in charge of moving those from stadium to stadium. But again, it was before all those things were digitized.
Wow.
They have Uke's call of 754, which was a walk-off home run. There's Kent. But not 755.
Wow.
And
That's
back then,
wild.
not every game was televised either.
Right. Yeah, that home run was hit right down the line, and Bud Selig, his favorite number is 755 because of that home run. That ball is in the Hall of Fame. It's on loan from the owner of the ball.
Sanchez fouls it away.
And, Bud Selig acquired Henry Aaron late in his career and gave up a pretty good player, an all-star, last name of May. First name is
Darryl.
Yeah, Darryl May. Losing me for a second, and Henry Aaron said,
Sanchez challenging this call.
Catcher's challenging the call of strike. Pitch to the batter, rather.
Turn your mic off there, Marv. He's going to be wrong here, I believe. Sanchez missed a challenge earlier, and he wins this one.
There you go.
Ball is overturned, ball.
Good challenge by Gary.
Challenge remaining.
But continuing, Henry Aaron told Bud Selig, hey, I'm not the same Henry Aaron as you once knew. As far as his abilities to play is late in his career, and Bud Selig didn't care. He said he wanted him back in Milwaukee to end his career, and great touch and a great move. It is 755th here in Milwaukee.
Ball 4 on Sanchez. Should say Dave May.
Yeah, Dave.
Dave, not Darryl. My apologies. There is the plaque of Hammer and Hank's 755th home run, July 20th, 1976. Statue out in front of American Family Field. Amazing that he began his career hitting with his right hand on the bottom. He was a cross-handed hitter.
What a talent. Not a big guy.
Strongest hands I've ever shaken in my life.
Yeah.
And that was when he was towards the end. I felt like I was shaking a vice grip.
It's the humble man. Talk about a steward and an ambassador for the game of baseball. Not too many better than Henry Aaron.
Shoemake tried to bunt his way on last time. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. There's the changeup from Perez.
That makes it tough when Perez is throwing that changeup the way he is near the zone, especially he's established the fastball, so you have to kind of cheat for the heater, and he drops that changeup on you.
Shoemake fouls it away, stays alive. Back-to-back changeups from Perez. I don't think anybody's going to break Henry Aaron's RBI record, by the way. Nearly 2,300 RBIs. Almost hit 100 triples, too. 98 triples. Swing and a miss. 99 on the fastball. Strikeout number 8. 2 away.
And to put that into perspective, active players and where they are in terms of RBI numbers. Freddie Freeman's number 1 with 1,300. Got 1,000 to go.
Got 1,000 to go. Yeah, he's not going to get there. Paul Goldschmidt's second on that list with 1,274. Also not going to get there. Chad Patrick getting loose for the Brewers. Ripped, but fielded on a bounce by Sanoa. Gets the easy out at second base. One of the hardest hit balls of the day, but Sanoa makes the play. 1-0 through 5. Milwaukee Brewers baseball presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest. By Prevagen. Prevagen made for your brain. And by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Looking out west from American Family Field. 1-0 Marlins, a solo homer from Esteuri Ruiz. In our first pitching change of the game. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. Called with them. Brings in Chad Patrick. Second appearance of this series, a scoreless inning on Friday.
They pitched that extra inning game in the 6th inning in that one. Part of that, the 10-inning win by the Brewers. 1 hit, 1 strikeout in that one. He's been operating exclusively out of the bullpen for the Brewers and has done mostly a good job. Couple of hiccups here and there. but he pitched really well in game 1 of this series. See him back up that performance.
Top of the order, Xavier Edwards swings and misses. Good sinker at 95. Chad Patrick.
He used a lot of fastballs at the top of the zone in that first appearance in the series. Yeah, he was rushing it up there, 97 miles per hour at the top of the zone.
Robert Gasser good for 5 innings. Just the one mistake, and it wasn't really a mistake at all. Ruiz hit a ball that was below the strike zone out of the ballpark. Gave up the 1 run on 3 hits. To second base for Terang. 1 up and 1 down for Chad Patrick.
I thought Gass was sharp. He's given the Brewers a chance in this game. Let's see if they can come back. See if the bullpen can hold things where they're at against the Marlins offense.
Another outing where he didn't walk a batter, Vinny. Struck out 5. It's been the key for Gasser is keeping the walk numbers down. He's done that in a big way since the beginning of June.
He actually hasn't given up a lot of hard contact overall this season. I mean, average exit velocity for Robert Gasser is below average. I'm sorry, above average, but guys aren't hitting the ball hard against them on average. But he's just given up too many long balls, giving up 11 now. That's been the difference for him.
4 of those coming in a start in Las Vegas that if you could wipe away from the record books, you'd like to.
Right. And some under the hood numbers for Robert Gasser have been very good this season. He was sharp today.
Stowers to follow Hernandez in his 6th inning. And a base hit for Hernandez. Second base hit of the series for Eric Bertel. 15 of his last 18 hits have gone for extra bases, but 2 singles in this series for Hernandez.
That guy hits the ball hard. They've been attacking him with fastballs up. He gets a fastball up, and this time doesn't try to pull it. Just goes right into that 4-hole.
Stowers now gets a right-hander that he gets to operate against. 0 for 2 today is Stowers. All-Star a year ago.
Started off his season on the injured list with a bad hamstring strain. He struggled in April and May with a sub 700 OPS, but been right around 900 OPS in June and July.
3 balls, no strikes. And 1 on Stowers. Runner goes up and away for ball 4. So 2 on, 1 away for Sanoa. Let's check in downstairs. Sophia's got an update on Kyle Harrison.
Yeah, our Freighter and Medical College of Wisconsin injury report. Kyle Harrison was placed on the injured list before the All-Star break with some left forearm inflammation. The MRI came back clean for him, so he's moved forward. He started throwing over the break through a bullpen yesterday. He told me it was a good pen, about 20 pitches through all fastballs. Feels like he's going in the right direction. The soonest he is eligible to come off the injured list would be Friday when they open up the series against the Colorado Rockies. However, they're working through next steps for him, whether that is an extended bullpen, maybe throwing to hitters. Potentially could be a rehab appearance as well, but Kyle Harrison again threw that pen yesterday and all went well. So going in the right direction.
That is a very good sign. Thank you, Sophia. Brewers need to get him back. He and Miz, that 1-2 punch in front of the rotation. Sanoha takes outside, and Patrick losing his command here for a moment.
Is there a better 1-2 punch when both are at full strength? Brewers are 12-5 when Kyle Harrison has taken the mound. Got to get that elbow feeling good. It's a great sign that that MRI came back clean.
The fact that it was on the outside of the elbow too, not the inside, very helpful.
It's important for his slurve, in order for that elbow to be healthy and feeling good, to get out in front of that slurve. He's got the great fastball, but he needs to pair it with that slurve.
Sanoa fouls it back just to our right. 2-2. Patrick trying to get a ground ball from Sanoa. Certainly a good candidate to do it. Puts the ball in play, does not strike out a lot. Patrick not necessarily a ground ball guy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it away.
He pitches a lot at the top of the zone with both the 4-seamer and the cutter. Even throws his sinker up at the top of the zone. Tries to run it in.
Two coming back on Sanoa. And a line drive caught by Terang. Takes a hit away from Sanoa. 2 away in the 6th.
There's that cutter at the top of the zone. Sanoa gets on top of it, doesn't hit it very hard, and Terang playing in the perfect spot to snag that little soft liner off the bat of Sanoa. Gets on top of it, and Terang right there. Excellent base running, by the way, by Hernandez and Stowers right there. You're not only supposed to freeze on a line drive, you're actually supposed to go back on a line drive, because you're not going to score anyway if you freeze. The only way you can get doubled off is if you are off the base. Might as well go back and play station to station on a line drive like that.
Hicks with 2 outs and 2 men on. First time in the game there have been multiple runners on in any inning for either team. Hicks fouls it away. It's a quick 0-2. And Patrick steps off. That pitch timer was getting down to the wire. Hicks fly ball to left. Patrick's going to get out of this jam. Marlins strand a pair. Brewers will send the top of the order up against Eury Perez, starting with Christian Yelich in this 6th inning. Churio to follow, and then Bryce Terang.
Brewers.
Christian Yelich leading off the 6th inning. The Brewers still trailing 1-0 as they go for the series sweep over the Marlins. The Brewers were busy over the All-Star break, but we want to give our congratulations to Brewers bullpen catcher Christian Correa, seen there in the Brewers bullpen. He and his wife Leah got married on Tuesday over the All-Star break here in Milwaukee. They had a great wedding day, had a great celebration over at Carnivore in downtown Milwaukee. So congratulations to the Correas. And guys, it was very sweet on the road trip in St. Louis. The pitchers and the bullpen group got together and they gave Christian a beautiful watch as a wedding gift, and an appreciation of all the hard work that he does with them every day in their throwing programs, their bullpens. So congratulations to the Correas.
Congrats to Christian. Aaron Ashby was the keeper of the watch on a lot of that road trip, so a lot of pressure on Ash to keep that package contained. It's a great moment in St. Louis. Everybody gathered around, and there's Ashby. See, keeper of the watch. had it in a big box and did a big unveiling out in the outfield as they were stretching. And Christian was overtaken. It was a great gesture from that bullpen.
That's awesome.
It
Yeah.
just goes to show how those bullpen catchers, I mean, they're revered by everybody in that bullpen. A thankless job.
Yeah, they're part of the team. They're seen as teammates to everybody. They just do a great job of, you know, whatever is asked of them. They're really important resources for guys warming up pitchers and helping guys kind of understand what their pitches are doing as they're coming in and receiving the pitches.
3-1 to Yelich. And it's 3-2. Each of those pitchers has their guy that they play catch with every time. It's not like they draw it out of a hat, but everybody has their jobs and their roles. 3-2 to Yelich. And he struck him out. And Yelich will challenge. He does not challenge often. This is just his 4th challenge of the year, and he's going to be 3 for 4. Ball 4.
Ball is overturned. Ball 4. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
So leadoff walk. Leadoff man is on for the first time against Eury Perez. Almost 2 inches south of the strike zone.
Yeah, it's an obvious ball below the zone, and if anyone knows the strike zone, it's Christian Yelich. Brewers have another base runner, 3rd walk of the day issued by Perez.
Pitch count in 0 jeopardy. 78 pitches. See how long it takes Yelich to run. He takes off. Chourio takes a strike. Yelich swipes second base, and that was easy.
Yeah, it takes Perez a long time to get rid of the baseball after first movement. And again, the Marlins not holding runners close. I mean, look at that big leg kick. Yelich goes on first move, and he's in there easily. Perez has given up 22 stolen bases on the season now, by far the most in baseball.
22 of 25. There's the tying run for Chourio. Oh, and it hit him. That's 98 up and in, and we said that Eury Perez can get rattled at a moment's notice. A walk, a steal, and then he plunks Chourio.
Yeah, pitch nowhere close. And remember, Jackson Chourio missed a month of the season after getting hit by a pitch, getting ready for the World Baseball Classic on the hand as and it gets the shoulder, thank goodness. Looks like he's okay.
And that tricep bicep area. Patch of the jersey. Still doesn't feel good. So 1st and 2nd, best scoring opportunity of the day for Brewers. It's the first time they've had somebody in scoring position at all. And it's for Bryce Terang against Perez.
Remember, Bryce lined out in his first at-bat against Perez. See if he can square something up right here. Would not imagine that he'd be bunting in this situation.
3rd baseman playing in on the grass just in case. He did square.
Interesting. As well as Perez is throwing the baseball, I guess why not get him, move the runners up and try and tie this game at least.
Well, here's the other thing to think about, Vinny, too, is a double steal here from Yelich and Chourio, the 3rd baseman playing way in on the grass. You get that guy in. And a turn and a throw, and it's into center field. Yelich will take 3rd. That's a way to get 2 guys in a scoring position. The cage is rattled for Perez.
Absolutely. This is, you know, you can sense that uncomfortable smile by Perez because that's an error. That's an E1. Definitely rattled here in this situation. Again, Yelich bouncing off of second base. The threat to run and to steal. The Brewers have 8 stolen bases in the last 2 games. And Yelich moves up, and so does Chourio, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out.
Infield comes up. Nobody out. And it's up and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Bryce Terang. A walk, a stolen base, a hit batter, and E1. That's the inning so far for the Brewers offense, trying to take advantage. Swing and a miss over the top of a slider.
Yeah, 2-0 slider. Again, you have to cheat for the fastball and stay on top of the fastball because it has that extra ride up in the zone. And so that makes you susceptible to that slider down below.
Swing and a miss again at the slider. A better one from Perez. The Brewers so far in the series just 6 for 31 hitting with runners in scoring position. They had 21 such at bats yesterday. It's a nasty slider.
Yeah, nasty. Spins a lot. And again, that was in the zone, so you have to honor it.
2-2 on Terang. And he fouled it away. Pitch off the plate away at 99. So slider down and in, fastball away and off the plate. 85 pitches and nobody loosening for the Marlins in their bullpen. Great speed on the bases. Infield up for Miami. Fouled it away.
So you're just trying to fight off the fastball now to protect against that great slider from Perez. Bryce has been so good in these situations.
Grounded foul. Staying alive against Eury Perez. 7 pitches down in the sequence. Number 8 coming. 5 straight swings from Bryce Terang after he was ahead 2 balls no strikes. Trying to win the battle with Perez. Ground ball, foul.
After all sliders and fastballs, drops the curveball. That's why Bryce was way out in front of it. It's at 82 miles per hour. That's almost 20 miles per hour off of the fastball velocity.
So Perez comes back heater on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. He did. 100 miles an hour, another foul. 10th pitch coming. 7 straight swings from Bryce Terang. And he struck him out. 101 with that fastball, and Perez gets out number 1 against Bryce Terang.
Yeah, doubled up on the fastball right there. Yeah, Bryce expecting a different pitch, got the fastball, just couldn't catch up to it. It's at 101 miles per hour. See him, the barrel underneath that pitch for the first out.
Now it's Vaughn. Vaughn had the one and only hit for the Brewers in the game. Went down the third baseline. Infield still up for Miami. Hit it foul. Bullpen is moving now with Peterson and Bacher. We're in the 6th.
Perez has gone over 100 pitches just once this season. 102 pitches way back on May 17th. Last time out against the Guardians, 99 pitches. So this is right towards the end of his rope.
1-1 to Vaughn. Liner caught it. It's short, and they're going to double up Christian Yelich. Hardest hit ball of the day on a pitch at 101 miles an hour. He hit it that hard. It just happened to go right at Sanoa. Unlucky for the Brewers as Perez gets out of it. Vaughn hit it right to Sanoa for 2.
And a blue moon.
Drone Cam brought to you by UW Credit Union. Brewers unlucky in that last half inning against Eury Perez. Second and third, nobody out. And a strikeout from Terang on a 10-pitch at bat, and then the line out for a double play. Chad Patrick back out there for another inning of work. Faces Leo Jimenez. Brewers trailing 1-0. The good news, if there is good news, more than likely that Perez is out of the game. 90+ pitches. See if you can get anything done against the bullpen. As Aaron Ashby gets ready for the Brewers. Jimenez slashes it foul.
It was a 101-mile-per-hour line drive off the bat of Andrew Vaughn. If you're wondering why Christian Yelich was going to get doubled off in that situation, that was the contact play. So as soon as that bat starts to go forward, you're looking for any kind of contact to score the run. That's why Yelich was doubled off on that line drive. That's the risk you run on that play.
It's a screamer by Vaughn. Just happened to hit it right at the shortstop. Jimenez just had enough bat on that cutter. Brewers have been good late in ball games coming back. They're going to need to do it this afternoon.
Well, you can do it against this Marlins bullpen, who has struggled in this month of July. A 5.90 ERA in the month of July. A couple of their back end arms have been struggling, including Pete Fairbanks.
Swing and a miss. Patrick strikes out Jimenez to open up this 7th inning. Toyota game reset. 1-0. That's it. Great pitching thus far from Perez for the Marlins. 9 strikeouts. Gasser with 5 innings of 1-run ball. The only run, a solo homer from Esteury Ruiz. Came back in the 3rd. Pitch to Griffin Conine, who's been on a home run binge. He's homered in 3 straight games. Singled against Gasser in the 5th. 1 out of 2. Homered yesterday against Craig Yoho. It's a 3-run shot.
Yeah, made that a ball game, right? It was a 5-run lead for the Brewers until Griffin Conine hit a 3-run shot in the 9th.
Forced Trevor McGill to come into the game for a 2nd straight day. There's a swing and a miss. So more than likely your bullpen today, you're down Uribe and McGill just because they've worked on back-to-back days. Swing and a miss. Slurve down and in. Conine is gone on strikes. So now a message from Aurora Healthcare.
1, 2, 3.
How does it feel?
Amazing.
One of my best days ever.
Ruiz, the only run of the game, a solo homer, his 5th of the season. Matching his career high from a couple of years ago. Swing and a miss. He had 5 home runs with Oakland back in 2023. The year after he was traded from the Brewers to the A's. It's part of that 3-team deal that netted the Brewers William Contreras. Trying to go deep again.
They've been traded 5 times. I mean, that's remarkable. Only 27 years old, been traded 5 times. 6th organization. That's where you got to get them right there. Fastballs up in the zone, tie him up.
See if they go up top again on Ruiz. 0-2 pitch. They did. He got a piece of it. Foul tip held on to by Sanchez. 3 strikeouts for Chad Patrick in the 7th inning. It's time to stretch. That means we get to stick around here for God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand for the singing of God Bless America, led by Bob Kozlowski from Brewers Guest Services.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
We could all use a.
Brewers trail 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. William Contreras going to get a pinch opportunity here in the bottom of the 7th. We're at the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk, Stephen, and the birthday boy, Tim Dillard, here with us. And Brewers just need a hit. They only have one so far in this game.
They're in striking distance. That's it. A bloop and a blast. But, I mean, this has been a pitcher's duel like no other. But they finally got Perez out of the ballgame. Let's see if they can mess up that Marlins bullpen.
Well, we're hoping to talk about a 3rd straight Brewers win when they trail. They've trailed in every game so far to the Marlins. First 2 worked out well. So, Jeff and Vinny, we'll talk about on Brewers post game. We'll see if Wild Bill can get it started for us on Tim's birthday.
Thanks so much, fellas. Happy birthday, Tim Mateo.
Thanks, boys.
Way to go, buddy. Got a Bel Grande waiting for you. William Contreras will pinch hit for Jake Bauers against the left-hander Cade Gibson. First pitch hacking away, fouls it away.
Pitch in yesterday's ball game. Athletic mover, 3/4 slot, left-hander. Field to spin the baseball. He deploys a sweeper, curveball, slider, fastball in the low 9s. He can get grounders when landing that sinker. It's control over command guy.
Ball to strike on Contreras. Gibson worked in yesterday's game. Walked a couple.
The last 7 innings of work hasn't given up a hit or a run. 6 punch outs. Like you said, Jeff, a couple of walks in yesterday's game. Let's see if they can get some traffic going against Gibson.
Flipped in that curveball against Contreras. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mitchell's on deck, and now Contreras uses a timeout. 2 good innings from Chad Patrick out of the bullpen. Right-hander Michael Peterson is loosening in the Marlins pen behind Gibson. That's away. So here's a pinch hitter. Contreras is 0 for 4. Three and 2. Brewers had the first 2 on, had him 2nd and 3rd with nobody out in the 6th against Perez. Got him out of the game. Perez got out of it with a strikeout and a line-out double play. Three-2. Swing and a miss. He chased that big curveball down and out of the zone. 10th strikeout for Marlins pitching, and now a message from Digger's hotline.
For 50 years, Diggers Hotline has helped protect Wisconsin residents. Contact them for free 3 or more working days before digging. Be smart. Check before you start.
See if the hottest hitter in Major League Baseball, Garrett Mitchell, can get something going against Gibson.
His last 16 games hitting .417 coming into this game.
And he takes that big curveball on the inside corner. 0 for 2 against Perez, a strikeout and a pop-up. It's a big curveball again.
Yeah, he can spin it. And like I said, control over command. What does that mean? He can throw strikes, but can't necessarily, land it exactly where he wants to in the zone. That's what you call having command.
Laid off that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitched to a .263 ERA last year in 44 games. He's not pitching for strikeouts. It's all about contact, but weak contact against Gibson.
He's been able to go multi-innings as well. 9 of the 18 appearances, 9 of the 19 appearances, I should say, multi-inning appearances.
Sweeps wide, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez on deck, and then Shoemake. Should anybody reach? Numbers there, lefty righty split for Mitchell. Laced foul. Look out, Marlins dugout. Oof. Clayton McCullough's awake now. See Garrett Mitchell laughing. See it buzzing the tower. Oof. It's the second time he's taken that hat off. The other was on that poor challenge yesterday from Meyer.
That's right.
2-2. Ground ball, third base. Had it played perfectly. Jimenez throws him out. 2 away for Sanchez, who's done some damage against lefties. 3 of his 8 home runs have come against left-handed pitching.
Tell you what, they've taken away that ground ball to the opposite field from left-handed hitters with the way that they position that third baseman this series. Been a few balls like that.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Brewers not afraid to use that left side with their left-handed hitters. Sanchez takes down and in with that breaking ball.
It's a good matchup right here for El Gary. Likes to hit the left-handed pitching. Let's see if he can get into one.
And Ashby loosening in the Brewers bullpen. It's 1-0 on Sanchez. That was one to do some damage with. It's 1-1. Got it again, but that was a better curveball.
He throws a lot of breaking balls. The sweeper at 29%, the curveball at 22%. Mixes in a slider as well 17% of the time. So you kind of almost have to look for something non-fastball against this guy Gibson.
That's up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gary Sanchez. 3 straight curveballs. He hasn't seen anything but off-speed stuff from Gibson. Ground ball foul on another curveball.
Yeah, and again, they're calling those pitches from the dugout. Let's see if Gary can wait back long enough on it.
He's only thrown 1 fastball in the inning. That was the one that Mitchell was so late on. 2-2 to Sanchez. Fouled again on the curveball.
6 breaking balls in a row.
I mean, this is not quite McCullers in the ALCS back in 17, 24 straight. But it's a lot. 2-2 again on Sanchez. Pitch number 7. Threw it again, missed it again, and a challenge, and it's not close.
That's in the other batter's box. Not to save the viewer from the suspense, but that one is in the other batter's box. It's a bad challenge.
That is wider than they want to tell us.
Yeah, not even giving us the measurement. It was so far off.
So the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Gary Sanchez. A 3-2 coming from Gibson. Oh, flare to shallow center. Coming on Marcy. Can't get it. Base hit. Inning continues. And we'll see a pinch hitter for the Brewers.
Hey, that's what I'm sorry. I have a problem with calling pitches from the dugout like this. I mean, I know the analytics probably say that Gary Sanchez is probably not as good against the breaking ball, but you throw 8 in a row, you're going to start to sit on it, and he does so, and he dumps a base hit into center field, and all of a sudden you're going to get Cooper Pratt, who can run, and the Marlins cannot hold runners on first base.
Going to get a pitching change. Luis Lara was the announced pinch hitter. He'll flip around and hit from the left side against Peterson. The tying run at first base in the 7th inning.
We're celebrating.
Join the Brewers July 21st to support Venezuelan earthquake relief efforts. Buy a Unidos por Venezuela game ticket, and 100% of proceeds will go to We Love Foundation for humanitarian support. Plus, you'll get a t-shirt. Learn more at brewers.com/Venezuela.
T-shirt on the screen, t-shirt up in the booth. That's what it looks like. There's nothing on the back.
Good looking tee.
It's a great shirt, and it goes for a great cause. Unidos por Venezuela.
Yeah, support that cause.
Through a tough time right now.
Earthquake.
Luis Lara pinch hitting against Michael Peterson, his 2nd appearance in this series. 41st overall. He's been great. Pratt is aboard at first. And the pitch is a strike on Lara. Just did clip the bottom of the strike zone.
21 pitches in that game 1 of the series, in that extra inning loss.
Walked 2, struck out 2 in that appearance. There's Pratt. Tying run in the 7th inning. Lara down in the count, 0-2.
He's got a big fastball and a hard slider. He's been really, really good this season. 42 innings of work, has only given up 26 hits.
Two strikes on Lara. Runner goes. Swing and foul off the bat.
Yeah, Lara, just big league career, just a couple of weeks old at this point, and he's being asked to pinch hit in the 7th inning. This is something he's going to have to learn how to do at the big league level. When you're in the minor leagues, he's just 21 years old. You don't do a lot of this. Play every day.
Was 1 for 4 yesterday, on base a couple of times. Put Pratt in motion on the last pitch. Goes again. It's up and away. Throw down to second base. Out. Pratt thrown out. Good pick by Sanoa out there at second base. And Liam Hicks throws out the first runner of the year for the Marlins against the Brewers. No challenge. We go to the 8th inning. 1-0 Miami.
Think you know the Brew Crew? Put your Brewers knowledge to this test with the Brewers Guess Who giveaway for the first 25,000 fans at the game Saturday, July 25th, courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
Coming up on Saturday. And guess who's got changes? The Brewers do. Contreras catching. Pratt is at short. Luis Lara is out in right. Joey Ortiz slides over to third. And there's William behind the dish. Aaron Ashby's on the mound for the Brewers. Throws strike one to Jacob Marcy.
That's interesting. Game 1 of this series as well. Day off yesterday.
Did get loose in the game and never came in. So when the Brewers scored a couple of runs and Craig Yoho came in rather than Aaron Ashby. They do track that just in case you're curious. Not just appearances coming into games, but whenever you get loose out of the bullpen, those count. Not as heavily as big league appearances. But still, pitches used.
12 wins on the season. Let's see. This is kind of that territory where maybe Aaron Ashby holds him close or holds him at 1 run and then score a couple in the bottom, get another victory.
Strike 3 on Marcy. Marcy thought about it. No challenge. He'd have lost. It's a good pitch from Aaron Ashby.
Well, it's a knee buckler curveball, and you just don't know where it's going to land because it's breaking so much. And Marcy, gets frozen on that outside corner.
What do I do? Do I not do? No. Too late. Xavier Edwards from the right side of the plate.
I mean, there might be a thought too, where it's like, okay, I'm just going to strike out right here because I don't want to face another pitch against Aaron Ashby. It's too nasty.
You didn't get me on that one. You might get me on the next one.
Yeah.
Edwards slashes it foul. Well, for the Brewers in the 8th inning, they'll have Lara leading off, then Ortiz, then Yelich. After the caught stealing from Cooper Pratt did not have a great jump on the last pitch. Had a better jump on the previous pitch.
That was just a weird developing play to end the inning last inning.
It wasn't even a good throw from Hicks.
Right. It took a while to get rid of it. Got him by plenty.
Edwards uses his timeout. He thought about challenging that last pitch. He'd have won if he'd challenged, but only 1 left for the Marlins. Still plenty of game left in this contest, too. The 8th inning. Skips in the dirt and away from Contreras.
Yeah, most important time to have at least a challenge right here in the 8th in a 1-run ball game. No one on base, however. So kind of when you want to make sure you're saving your challenges. Runners on base, runners in scoring position.
2-2 to Edwards. Ground ball, second base. Nice pick by Terang from the seat of his pants to first. Not in time. Great play, just could not get any balance to get an accurate throw to first base. It's an infield single for Xavier Edwards. Not sure there's another second baseman on the plant that even gets to that ball.
Yeah, the fact that he was able to glove this ball is super impressive. This ball is hit hard to his left, and he just has that one little extra turn, that little extra quarter turn on his rear end. If not, he's going to be able to get to his feet. Just too much off balance to get Xavier Edwards, who runs well.
Just the 2nd hit of the series for Xavier Edwards. 5th hit of the game for the Marlins. Hernandez the hitter. And he takes low. Single to center back in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Stowers is on deck. There's a strike at the knees. Grant Anderson back up for the Brewers. The bullpen a little shorter today for Pat Murphy. Toss to first.
Fastball there from Ashby. Remember, you have Abner and Trevor likely down in this game after throwing back-to-back games in the first 2 games of the series. Craig Yoho as well. So you're using Ashby and Chad Patrick. That leaves Grant Anderson, Lance McCullers Jr., and Bryce Wilson down there available in the pen.
Toss to first again. Got 2 good innings from Chad Patrick. Gave up just the base hit, struck out 3. Walked 1. Edwards started and stopped. It's a line drive to left, a base hit for Hernandez. Fell behind. That's where Ashby gets in trouble, when he falls behind. Now a quick message from the EAA. Stowers at the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk. Takes down and away. Stowers 0 for 10 in the series with 6 strikeouts. Fresh set of baseballs out for the home plate umpire, Marvin Hudson. Stowers got jammed. Vaughn flips to Ashby. They get the out on Stowers. Marlins with runners at second and third. 2 outs.
Just eating Kyle Stowers alive right here with that sinker, and a good job by Aaron Ashby to get over covering for that big second out.
May have hit this off the tape of his bat.
I mean, that is getting inside on the hands of a hitter right there.
That is a jam sandwich.
Well, they get broke his bat somehow. Good job by Ashby covering.
Some firm maple. When Contreras out to chat with Aaron Ashby. Got a guy in Sanoa who does not chase, controls the bat exceptionally well. This is going to be a tricky AB for Aaron Ashby. Shot from high above from American Family Field from our drone camera, thanks to UW Credit Union. That's the bird's eye view of this ballpark. There's Sanoa, 0 for 3. Got robbed of a hit back in the 6th. The line out to Bryce Terang at second. 2 away, runners at second and third. Swing and a miss. He expanded the zone.
You got a left-hander on deck, so you can go ahead and pitch around the edges to Sanoa.
He's a guy who's hit lefties well this year.
Yeah, 301 with an 817 OPS with a couple of bombs.
Squares the bunt, lays it down, foul. Fans reacting. It's strike 2.
A pretty nifty play by William Contreras on the foul ball. Bare hands, and I'm sure he was a shortstop at one point in his career. Everyone was, right? Everyone in the big leagues anyway. Look at this play by William, showing off the athleticism.
It's an 0-2 count on Sanoa. Ground ball to third. Ortiz handles. Throws it across, and Ashby gets out of the jam in the 8th inning. A couple of Marlins stranded.
Today's Tavern of the Game winner is Bar 9 in Sheboygan. If the Tavern calls the Milwaukee Brewers by 10 a.m. tomorrow, they will get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer is courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Michael Peterson facing Luis Lara, leading off the 8th, squaring to bunt, takes it for a strike. Change up from Peterson. Got the final out on that caught stealing in the 7th inning in the middle of the at-bat with Lara. Looking for one. The Brewers have had just a couple of men in scoring position in the game. tight. At second and third, nobody out in the 6th inning against Perez. A strikeout and then a line out into a double play into the rally against Perez. Lara. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brewers are down to 1 bench player. That's Blake Perkins. One-two. Line foul. Spoiled a tough fastball up and away. Abner Uribe is starting to play catch in the Brewers bullpen. Should the Brewers tie things or take the lead in this bottom of the 8th? Randy Anderson right behind him.
They're clearly feeling good, ready to go.
Good pitch to hit, 1 and 2.
Yeah, after back-to-back days for Abner. Murph and Chris Hook will go around to each guy and ask them how they're feeling, including Charlie Green will do the same thing. You see Charlie right there.
Lara, chopper to second base. Edwards gets the high hop and throws him out. Joey Ortiz homered in the ball game against Sandy Alcantara on Friday. His 4th home run of the season. Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run.
That's a big homer, tied the game. And Joey Ortiz swinging a hot bat, 3 home runs since June 29th.
At the time, tied at 1-1. Could use another one of those pokes. Fouled it back, had a high fastball to try and drive.
Peterson is tough, right? He delivers the baseball from that over-the-top slot, and it's a heavy fastball. He pairs it with a hard breaking slider down and away to righties.
That was the slider.
Stuff isn't quite as firm as it was in game 1 when he pitched. Near 100 miles per hour, touched 100 miles per hour a couple of times in game 1. Stuff down a tick.
Ortiz lashes one foul.
How many near misses have the Brewers had in today's game, including that Andrew Vaughn line out into a double play against Perez in that 6th inning. Joey Ortiz barreling that one up just foul.
8th has been the magic inning for the Brewers all season long. Trying to get to Peterson. 1-2. In and out of the glove of Hicks. Stays at 1-2. Ball 2 strikes on Ortiz. Struck him out. Fastball right down the middle.
He was looking for the slider, got the heater. Brewers are going to have to do it with 2 outs right here. That one's right bottom third of the zone. Middle.
Right over the top from Peterson. Now it's Yelich. Walk, stole a base, was at 3rd in the 6th inning. That's up high. Ball 1 on Yelich. Just 2 for 9 in the series. Both of his hits have been doubles. Peterson gets a foul. Lefties have had a better time against Peterson, hitting almost 200. Righties hitting just 132 against him.
Yeah, he's been really tough on opposing batters. Big 6'7" righty.
Yelich ground ball to second. Edwards is there. And the Brewers go 3 up and 3 down in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the 9th inning in Milwaukee. It's 1-0 Miami.
To everyone.
Toyota drive of the game, the only run of the game. Top of the 3rd inning. Esteury Ruiz, solo homer in the left. 5th home run, tying a career high for Ruiz. That's it.
That's the only offense in today's game, coming from the guy that you would have least expected it, in Ruiz.
Grant Anderson takes over for the Brewers. Hicks, Jimenez, and Conine scheduled against the sidewinding right-hander. First appearance in the 2nd half for Anderson. And Hicks into right. Back goes Lara. Onto the warning track, now back onto the grass to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away in the 9th.
Yeah, Grant Anderson will take it. He just missed that one. 6 days off for Grant Anderson. Pitched a week ago in Pittsburgh. Looking a solid 1st half, couple of hiccups. Looking to have a strong 2nd half of the season right here.
Almost limped into the All-Star break, did Grant Anderson. Allowed runs in 7 of his last 10 appearances, but he has been a mainstay in that Brewers bullpen for the last couple of years. And he's a big piece of it.
Yeah.
It's that pitch, the sweeper, that's the big difference maker.
Yeah, the sweeper, and then also I think the 4-seam fastball up in the zone to left-handed hitters has been a big pitch for him. I think he just missed location a few times in the 1st half with that.
To short, Pratt has it and throws out Jimenez. 2 gone in the 9th. Brewers have been playing some good defense today. Defensive plays of the game brought to you by Aurora Healthcare. This play by Shoemaker was impressive.
That was a dandy. That was actually challenged and then overturned. And then Terang making that play look is about ho-hum as it gets. Up the middle, we've seen him make that a million times, and then catching that line drive off the bat of Sanoa.
Terang is always on that list of making great plays. Griffin Conine, 1 out of 3. They're strikeout sandwiched around a single. Brewers will have Chourio, Terang, and Vaughn scheduled against Pete Fairbanks, who's getting loose. Closer for the Marlins, who has not been automatic, to say the least, recently. Brewers had him on the ropes in the 9th inning a couple of days ago.
Yeah, he's got 13 saves, but I mean, if you look at that ERA, it's a 6.60 ERA. The Brewers have a chance to get to him.
Get to him right now as Anderson strikes out Griffin Conine. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Chourio, Terang, and Vaughn scheduled down 1-0.
I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you.
See what the Brewers can do. Bottom of the 9th inning, down 1-0. Just 2 base hits for the Brewers offense. Pete Fairbanks is in to try and close it out for the Marlins. He gets Jackson Chourio out of the chute. First pitch in there for a strike. New catcher is Joe Mack. There are the numbers for Pete Fairbanks.
Yeah, he's been giving it up this season. 6.60 ERA. He pitched in game 1 of the series, bottom of the 9th, a scoreless bottom of the 9th, punched out 2, gave up a hit and a walk. So he kind of short arms and throws like a catcher almost. He's got that vertical fastball and he pairs it with that hard slider. Will throw an occasional changeup.
It was Fairbanks that was on the mound when Jackson Chourio was called out on strikes to end the 9th inning that he did not challenge. Fairbanks has allowed 7 home runs this season, which has already tied his career high. Chourio, a bullet into right center, a base hit. Tying run is on. Chourio is there at first.
That's a good start right there. Jackson Chourio hits a rocket into right center field for a leadoff base hit. It's that fastball that has been getting hit by Pete Fairbanks. This is right down the middle, and Jackson Chourio doesn't miss it. He's actually lucky to get this ball back. The ball is just a rocket right into right center field, and now it's up to Bryce Terang.
Terang takes high. Brewers have only been caught stealing 1 time against the Marlins all season. It was a couple of innings ago. Opponents just 2 for 3 against Fairbanks this season. 1-0 is high again.
Pretty quick to the plate, Pete Fairbanks. He's been giving up a lot of damage to left-handed hitters. All 7 home runs to lefties.
2-0 coming. Big curveball clips the top of the zone. Terang 0 for 2 lifetime against Fairbanks. And 1. Brewers' best scoring opportunity was in the 6th. They had 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Eury Perez got out of it with a strikeout of Terang. It capped a 10-pitch at bat, and then Vaughn hit into an inning-ending double play, a line drive double play. It's 3-1 on Terang. Put one on a tee. That was not it. Ball 4. Brewers are set up. Not only the tying run on, the winning run is on for Vaughn.
Yeah, you could tell that Pete Fairbanks was not comfortable locating a fastball against Bryce Terang. He decides to go with the slider, and it's well off the plate. You know, hitters can sense that when you're not confident out there, you don't have great mound presence. They're licking their chops.
Vaughn faced Fairbanks in game 1, popped up to the first baseman on the first pitch he saw. Swing and a miss and a cutter. Vaughn had the first hit of the game for the Brewers. That came in the 4th inning against Perez. Tying run at 2nd. Inside with a slider, just barely 1-1. So he goes cutter, slider. Vaughn waiting on 1-1.
Yeah, again, just not real comfortable and confident in trying to locate a fastball. A lot of breaking balls from Pete Fairbanks.
Brewers looking for another come from behind victory. The first 2 wins in the series came from behind. All those National League teams and those come from behind wins. 2-1 on Vaughn. High cutter for a strike. It's 2-2. All off speed to Andrew Vaughn. And he locked him up with a high slider. Strike 3 on Vaughn. 1 away for Contreras.
Yeah, just could not pull the trigger. There's a sharp pitch. Landed right at the top. Look how far above the zone this starts and comes back down for strike 3.
Well, Fairbanks is so tall to begin with. Contreras at the plate, came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning and struck out in that at bat. Strike one on the inside corner on Contreras. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Contreras 0 for 2 lifetime against Fairbanks. Fly ball down the right field line, foul. Quick 0-2 on Contreras. It's been a couple of heaters from Fairbanks.
Yeah, kind of surprised that William Contreras, those first 2 pitches of this at bat, just because of all the off-speed pitches he was throwing to the first 3 hitters of this inning.
Two strikes and coming back, Fairbanks deals. He's had base runners aplenty. Each of his last 5 appearances has had to deal with traffic. 1-2. And a foul ball. No argument from Contreras. Big curveball here, and just did get that bat. And a check swing. 1-2 on William. Foul back. He was going for the downs.
Another fastball against William. Late on it. So if you throw a breaking ball right here, you do speed up his bat. See what they go with.
Another 1-2 pitch. Fly ball left center. It is back. It is gone. Say goodnight, Wild Bill. His second career walk-off home run. He had one last year against the Giants. He takes Fairbanks deep. The Brewers, who had just 2 hits in the entire game going into the bottom of the 9th inning. Churio started it with a knock. Contreras hits the 3-run homer, and they complete the sweep over the Marlins.
You got to be kidding me. Wild Bill coming through with a walk-off bomb, and it was an absolute bomb by William Contreras. And I tell you what, Jeff, 3 consecutive comeback wins versus the Miami Marlins. 29 comeback wins this season, tied for first in Major League Baseball. And the matchups in this series, Alcantara, Meyer, and Perez, you would not have thought the Brewers were going to sweep this series. You would have been happy with just a series win, and they end up sweeping them. Wow, what a swing by Wild Bill.
Said he was going to speed up his bat going off speed. He threw him a cutter. It's exactly what happened.
It's exactly what happened. He was late on the fastball. He throws him the cutter. It was a hanging cutter. Wild Bill was ready for it, waiting for it, and look at this reaction from him. This bat went about 50 feet in the air, and he takes a nice jog around the bases on this Sunday to complete the sweep against the Marlins. What a big swing by William. And look at Abner.
He gets a day off because Contreras called game. Gets a bubble gum and a water shower. And William Contreras, who did not start this game, came in as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning and struck out. Great shot of everybody waiting for him to douse him. And William Contreras, game winner today. And these Brewers fans are all set for the New York Mets to come into town for a 3-game series starting tomorrow. Garrett Mitchell's getting ready for another bath of water. Sure where William Contreras went, but we're efforting to try and find him.
I mean, this team just continues to come up with big moments. And I mean, this is as big a moment that we have seen in the 2026 season from the Milwaukee Brewers. Just not mustering any offense all day long, and they do it against the Marlins closer.
Well, William Contreras won the ball game, but we get to talk to Bryce Terang, who in essence scored the winning run because he walked and he was the second run that scored. So Bryce Terang is now with Sophia Minnaert.
Thanks, guys. And Bryce, what a comeback here. I mean, it's just tough to get offense going against Eury Perez. Jackson Chourio gets things going there in the 9th. You draw the walk. What was the approach against Pete Fairbanks, and then to see William hit the home run?
Yeah, for me, just having a quality at bat, making him throw strikes and take the pitch. Oh, there he is. There's the man of the hour.
Well, what was your reaction when you saw his swing?
Yeah, I mean, what he did was impressive. Break and roll, launch it. It was good. So, yeah, happy for him, for sure.
All right, thanks, Rang. William.
Wait.
Okay, we're going to wait. William, ¿cómo se siente con ese turno y el swing contra Pete Fairbanks ahí para ganar el partido?
Contento, especialmente porque ganamos no tanto el turno, sino que nos traímos el gane. Y, ¿sabes? Como siempre salgo a jugar por mi equipo.
Well, I asked William just how he felt about that swing and that at-bat against Pete Fairbanks to win the game. He said, yeah, more than anything, I'm just happy with the win here, to come away with the win, come from behind, more than the at-bat there and the swing. Pero, William, los turnos adelante de usted con Jackson y Bryce Terang, ¿qué vio contra Pete Fairbanks?
Conté feliz por los muchachos, salieron a atacar en 9º inning, fue un juego difícil, sabemos el picheo que tiene Miami. Hicieron buen trabajo, pero nada, salimos en el 9º con todo y logramos lograrlo.
I asked him just what he felt about the at-bats by Jackson Chourio, Bryce Terang to give him the opportunity there against Pete Fairbanks. And he said, yeah, this was a tough game. We know the quality of the pitchers that the Miami Marlins have. They did a great job. It was a tough day offensively here, but they did a good job attacking Pete Fairbanks, and happy that they were able to come back and win this game, a tough one here. Y William, todos los partidos aquí en esta serie tenían que venir de atrás. Eso que dice del equipo.
Como lo dije, Miami juega bien la pelota, juegan duro, le vinimos varias veces de atrás. Ese es Milwaukee, Milwaukee se conoce como eso, como los combates, y nada, contento con traernos esta gana y ahora que falta.
I asked him just in this series, each of the wins here, a come from behind win, and he said, yeah, like that's how we had to play. Miami is tough. They have a good team, certainly a good pitching staff. He said, that's Milwaukee baseball, right? We've got to come back, and that's a part of our game. Happy that they were able to do that here today. William, felicidades.
Thank you.
Great cameo from William Contreras right there as they do the interview at Lake American Family Field. What a game today as the Brewers sweep the Marlins. They go 5-1 against Miami this year, and 3 come from behind victories in this series. Plenty more coming. Lots to talk about on the Brewers postgame presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. Stephen and Tim have that coming up. For Vinny Rotino, Sophia Minnaert, our entire crew, I'm Jeff Ledring saying so long from American Family Field. The Brewers walk it off against the Marlins.